Welcome to Midwest Paranormal's presents Paranormal Soup. This is our test broadcast tonight. We're going to cover some EVPs I caught back in 2008 and 2009. I got Judy Friedel on here with me as an investigator. Has done a lot of investigations. And I'll have some music written by me, like this song, and another song by me later tonight that I did with a little band called Interstate way back in the day. All rights are owned by me, so YouTube, don't freak out. All right, I'm going to let the song roll for a minute and we'll get set to go. All right, my name's Jason Bland. I'm a paranormal investigator from Michigan City, Indiana. I belong to a group called Midwest Paranormal. I think we've been doing it since like 2010. Is that right, Judy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Judy Friedel there. She's an investigator with me and my right-hand lady usually for about anything on an investigation or do. I'll show her her in a second once we get started. We're going to do EVPs tonight from a place called the A Street Theater, or little theater in LaPorte. We caught a lot of evidence over about a year period of time. Not all these were official investigations. A lot of this stuff, I will admit, came from hunts, so it's not as controlled. But even still, I did a lot of things to kind of keep these scenes, validated for me by always trying to videotape while I recorded these EVPs so I could go back and review, and using multiple recorders to test to make sure I didn't mistake something, or maybe I try to debunk the EVP by hearing it on a multiple recorder. But let me kill some of the music here. We're going to get to some of the stuff going on paranormal YouTube world right now. Some stories floating around to kind of share. So kill the music. All right, so let's see here. We're going to talk about, let's pull up. Oh, not that. I like this site. It's called Before It Was News. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Judy. Pulls up a lot of current new ghost stuff. This is from July of last year, but I like the picture, so I kind of wanted to show it. Mom and her daughter on her daughter's iPad caught a picture of a ghost. Now, yeah, there's a lot of ghost apps out there, but sometimes people might catch something legitimate, and nobody's brought these guys to task yet on this being a ghost app. Usually you can spot those things pretty quick. There's a whole app out there to tell you which picture, show you all the pictures that are being used on these ghost apps. Here's the picture. You see it, Judy?
Yeah, it looks like Abraham Lincoln or something.
Right. I want to point out some some stuff. Yeah, of course, any photo could be faked like this. You could superimpose some stuff. But some commonalities between some of the photos out there that are believed to be real that I like about this picture. Yeah, his face is blank. You see that? There's
you just see eyes, little
right.
Shadow for eyes.
The facial features are kind of smoothed out. And a lot of famous photos of ghosts that are considered to be legitimate. That happens a lot. And my theory on it is if ghost is materializing itself, it's its own consciousness or whatever you want to call it in the afterlife, it has to form that picture. And yeah, you're familiar with what your top hat looks like and your clothes. You've seen it and looked at it. But back in the day, guys didn't have mirrors as often, and they didn't have pictures as often. They didn't have stuff to reflect their faces as much. Yeah, they would see the reflection here and there, but it wasn't as like we see our reflection so much. So maybe they're not as familiar with their own face enough to bring it back. Oh, some feedback going on there. You there, Judy?
Yeah.
Okay, just got some feedback. But yeah, so you wonder if that's it. I figured out what it is. It's my power cord. Hold on. I think. Where's my connection or something? But this is why we're testing. Something doesn't like touching each other. Some cords or something I got to figure out here. I got something touching that's giving a feedback in the line, like something that's not shielded, I'm guessing. You still there?
Sounds
Yeah, okay.
Mics are too close to each other or something.
So that sucks. Technology, interrupting stuff. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. I really like this picture because it has some of those traits and qualities. And it's a mom and daughter. I mean, they're not getting anything out of this. They're just showing their story. I don't think they get much out of this. So, why go to this length? And it's considered to be legit by a number of people. So I thought it was a pretty cool picture to share.
Cool picture.
Yeah. Let me go to...
It's like that because it's...
I want to go to the tonight. We're gonna be, since we're covering EVPs, I kind of want to play a little segment here. The guy, one of the, there's Frederick Jurgensen is one of the kind of the frontier people of EVPs that a lot of people know in the ghost hunting world. But a lot of days, I think some people forget about a Konstantin Radovev, if I say his name right. He started back in 1941 with Reel to Reel and was doing a lot of investigation. And he worked with Ferguson, and he did stuff with Spiritcom. Which is one of like the first early kind of not a ghost box, but a kind of the same kind of idea. And then when he died, he came back and talked on the Spiritcom device and called investigators. And he has a very distinct voice. So when I play this, hopefully this isn't going to be too loud because sometimes it's hard to get this audio set up. So we'll see how it goes. But it's crazy. He seems to it's his voice. I've heard it on the Spiritcom versions too, and it's really him. But this is all about the phone call. I'm going to have a girl on, I hope, here on one of these episodes who had a phone call recently. She's an investigator, and she got a phone call from the ghost after the investigation, but she didn't. She freaked out and erased it. So, no. But I believe her story. It was about her kid, too, so she was really freaked out, and that's probably why she erased it. But here, I'm going to play just a little segment of this.
Gene. Mark had received a phone call several days before George and I did, as well as Walter Uphoff of Wisconsin. Unfortunately, Mark and Walter did not have a tape recorder connected to their telephone, as George and I did, so could not record Radovev's voice. In his second call, however, to Mark, as already mentioned, Mark found the message on the answering machine after he had been away from home a short time. Mark called George after listening to the message, and George confirmed Radovev had...
Let's see if I can get to it.
You are one of the first who are contacted by this meaning. Thank you very much for all the work you did. We're very proud and honored that we could contact you. I must interrupt now. This was the first contact. This was Konstantin Radovev speaking.
Thank you so much.
So that is a voice recorded message. There's a lot of these from him from back in the day.
That is creepy.
Yeah, and it's always that voice. It's always that voice. Turn up my volume a little bit. Yeah, it's always that voice. And I always love that story. Now let's see if I can get back to my. How do I get to my other videos? All right, let's go. The other thing I want to talk about tonight, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow night, I think talk about it a lot of nights because I think it's some of the best UFO footage in the last 30 years. I mean, or any time. It's one of the best. Happened in San Diego, April 29th, I think. Yeah. San Diego. Here we go.
Here is some video shot by a man named Larry Fox, southwest of San Diego on Tuesday night, just a few days ago. Now, what makes this even more...
Let me mute that to some more of the video here.
I wanted to show this to you guys because I don't even know what this is. It's so creepy. Now, also keep in mind...
Have you seen this, Judy?
No, never.
Yeah, it happened. What is it? April 29th, I think, in over San Diego, and there's two different videos of it.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah. There's two different videos of it. It's on the news station. A lot of people saw it. It's kind of becoming the new Phoenix Lights. Damn it. Sorry, that was again. I don't know what I got connected here. You still there, Judy?
Yeah.
Yeah, something I keep touching or hitting screws it up. I don't know what it is. I think it might have been my mouse somehow touching the cord or doing something to it. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, to me, this stuff is pretty awesome. Then there's oh, I see it over here in a little panel here. There's somebody took photos of it. Another person in a different part took photos of it, like flying around and does that whole like streaming light thing. Let me see.
Did they check with the military? Because there's so many military bases out there too in San Diego.
Military is made no claims to it, and that had nothing to do with them. So nobody's stepping forward on this one, and it's pretty pretty crazy.
I heard about it on the news, but that's the first I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Wow, is that the same thing?
Yeah, my audio kind of cut there. Yeah, that's somebody taking a picture of it. You hear me all right?
Yeah, now I do. You were cutting out a little while ago.
Yeah, it does this weird thing where it cuts in and out on my video, my audio feedback. I don't know if it's something to do with feedback or whatever. But yeah, that's a couple of the things, news-wise going on that's floating around the web that are, I thought, pretty interesting. I'm definitely going to want to talk about that one some more tomorrow night. I don't want to get into it too much, but I thought that, on the UFO side of the paranormal field, this is pretty big. They don't get any bigger. I mean, it looks like something out of Close Encounters. I mean, come on. I mean, the military comes forward, and what are they going to say? It was a flare. It was a bunch of flares blinking on and off. Yeah. And floating in the sky and not moving, or
yeah, it's a perfect symbol.
Or it's a test ship. Oh, really? It looks like the Millennium Falcon or something. I don't know, man. It's huge though. It's bigger than that. Like Close Encounters.
Yeah, it's round. You see all the lights in the bottom.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night I'll bring that up too. I'm not going to play the video now, but we're going to talk a little bit about the strange sounds people been hearing in the sky since about 2013. Some of those videos I know are fake out there, hearing the weird noises in the sky. I don't know if you've seen any of that.
You cut out again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now.
Okay. Have you seen any of the video of like the strange noises in the sky and that too?
No.
Yeah, I want to get moving on here, so I'm not going to play it now, but I will tomorrow night. I don't know what that is. There's like a little sound coming through.
There's that weird noise again.
You hear it too then?
It's going like that.
Yeah, I hear that too. It didn't do that the first time we got on all together, so I don't understand.
No.
And this is why we test. I'm trying to get my cords like all untangled because it could be like a cord touching something or whatever. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get off the screen share.
Ad I'm seeing here.
And I'm back. So yeah, that was some of the stuff paranormal. The latest paranormal stuff I saw, and I wanted to kind of get us a little bit of listen on the Konstantin Radov thing because he's kind of the founder, in my opinion, of EVP and transcommunication research.
Yeah, pretty strange. I never heard that before.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. Oh, my audio doing it again. But all right. So if you can hear me fine.
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes you come in and then like my audio and my feedback comes on, and then sometimes you go out and I can't hear myself, and then you come in and I can hear you. It's weird.
That's what's happening on this one too.
I think it might have something to do with the headphone, because I remembered it didn't do that when I was
headphones.
Yeah, it didn't do that when it was me and Chris, and then when you got on, yeah, and that's when I think it did that, because then we had the weird audio like that. So tomorrow night, see if you can get Mitch to grab you a pair of headphones.
Okay.
I think you can plug the headphones in your phone and it'll still work. Your mic will still work on the phone, and you'll hear it. Everything through your headphones should work that way.
I might do this on my Samsung, so it'd be better too with the headphones then.
Okay.
On my pad, my whatever it's called, Galaxy Pad.
All right. So, I want to start with some EVPs. So the A Street Theater, I know you've been there, Judy. Yeah. Was a place we kind of, when we first started out, we had a lot of access to, and got usually I had a lot of EVPs from a little girl you're here tonight. And I also got EVPs of a male presence, very angry one at times. So let's start out with EVP number 1.
I'm going to see if we can light it up. Do what?
Now that's the little girl. I get a lot of these hums. I have a lot of these recordings with her humming or whistling. And it's weird. It's usually, you can tell, I think, in my opinion, that it's the same little girl, the same voice. When you hear me on that too, I am saying, let's see if we can light it up. I'm talking about a K2 meter that's sitting on the floor that I'm trying to see if we can get to communicate. And this is one of those few places I've ever gotten a K2 communication.
You hear all that noise?
Yeah, there's something going on. I'm gonna be messing with this all night, trying to figure out what the connection issue is. That's why I'm
And
doing
the
this.
EVP, I don't know if the volume was real low, but I really couldn't hear it.
Oh, on the EVP? Let me try it
Yeah,
again.
the one you just said.
I'm going to see if we can light it up. Do what?
How'd that sound?
I could barely make it out.
Okay, I'll play it again. I turned it up. It's no vocal. It's no words. It's just and I'm talking.
Right. And I know the EVP because I heard it on your podcast, but
All
I
right, here we
can't
go.
really hear it at all.
I'm going to see if we can light it up. Do what?
Is that better?
A little bit. Would it help to hold that up closer to your mic?
No, it's not. It doesn't work that way. It's playing my phone. It's not going into a mic like that. It's lined in through the mixer and everything. Here, I can turn it up, the volume up, maybe.
I'm going to see if we can light it up. Do what?
How about that?
That was better.
Better? I just turned up the main mix. So, all right, cool. All right, I'm going to play a couple more times, and then we're going to move on to EVP2.
I'm going to see if we can light it up. Do what? I'm going to see if we can light it up. Do what?
So that EVP, like I said, I was trying to get it to light up the K2, and this is one of the few places where I got that K2 to actually. Hold on a sec. Dog, like, get out of here! Ugh. I got a dog that's trying to get into stuff while I'm doing this. I never figured she'd be messing with me during this, but that's why I'm testing for things like this. But yeah, this is. I'll have a EVP right here. Somebody respond to the K2 lining up, and the ghost respond to it at the same time. It's pretty cool. And again, another little girl's voice. But let's move on to EVP to number 2. Now this is Class C. I can't make out what it says. I never have, but it's a little girl's voice talking. You'll hear an investigator say something about checking it out, and the little girl saying something in a kind of whispery voice behind her. Well, I don't want to say whispery, but just like a mumbling voice. Or the investigator saying anything, and then she's going something. I don't know. Yeah, and this is another one. Both of those EVPs, by the way, I should say, is in the dressing room at this place where I got a lot of this evidence. Dressing room or basement were the two most places I would get evidence from there. How about you, Judy? I never know. Did you ever get any evidence from a little street theater?
I think I might have gotten a couple weird EVPs that didn't really say anything. When I went there, too, that was when I first was getting into this, and I wasn't really... I never got much back in those days, like I do now.
Yeah, see, in those days, man, I would get a lot of stuff. I would, because of that place, I got a lot of my early on stuff there. Because I remember doing, when I was in the college class I took for this, We went to the Portage jail, and I didn't get anything. Plus, there was way too many people. I don't know what that is. I might have to forego using my Boss Jock app for the microphone part of it. I'll use it for the EVPs and music, but I might have to forego it for the mic thing. It worked so well the first test that we did, and it wasn't doing this. I wish I knew why.
Yeah. It's like there's two mics that are too close to each other or something. That kind of feedback.
Yeah, I know, and it's weird. I don't know if it's the connection I got set up or two wires crossing the first time. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with that before airtime tomorrow.
Yeah, also, just to note, when you did that first podcast.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me try. Let's go to EVP number 3.
Hey, strike a nerve. Do you want me to leave? Yes.
So that's the one where it lights up the K. She's saying yes because she saw the K2 light up as a yes, once for yes, twice for no, and responded to what he's saying, and then you hear behind her saying it, the no or yes, I don't know. It sounds more like she's saying no, like she's trying to disagree with what she's saying. I don't know. I've never been quite sure, but I'm going to play it again.
Hey, strike a nerve. Do you want me to leave? Yes. Hey, strike a nerve. Do you want me to leave? Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think it sounds like? Or do you hear it all right? You there, Judy?
Yeah, we disconnected somehow.
Yeah, I saw like kind of the connection kind of fade there. I got my laptop plugged in hardline, so my connection should be good. I got hardlined in with an Ethernet card. Still there?
I lost my video again.
Okay, that does happen. I saw that happen to Chris too, and it's probably the Wi-Fi connection with the phone. Sadly, setting it up on your computer, just making sure you get a good mic, because computer mics suck.
Yeah, I might do this tomorrow night on my regular computer.
Yeah, if you can, that'd be great. Just got to headphones and a mic. That's just a requirement, because otherwise it won't work. You can get away with it on your phone somewhat, but really not on a computer. Yeah, I see you. You're there. But yeah, I've always had trouble with this EVP, because I can't decide if she's saying yes or no under Leanne, as it was as saying this. She's saying yes, and it sounds like her under. I'm gonna play it one more time.
Hey, strike a nerve. Do you want me to leave? Yes. Hey, strike a nerve. Do you want me to leave? Yes.
I know it's very high pitched, but it's still to me a vocalization or an answer to as the EMF meter was going off.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
It's right in the background. I'll play it one more time for you. It's right in the background of when she's saying yes, and it's like, nah. You'll hear it.
Hey, strike a nerve. Do you want me to leave? Yes.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it's there, It's not a big vocalization, but again, it's that little girl. All right, let's move on to EVP number 4 here.
Do you want us to leave?
Yeah, that's her again.
And it was before Leanne started talking, right?
Let me think.
Do you want us to leave?
Yeah.
Right before she said you want us to leave.
Yeah, right before she does, she's and
that one came on.
Yeah, no, not at all, and that's not enhanced. I just want to point out that I don't enhance these too much. I'll boost audio sometimes. These pretty much are raw. This is from my early days with analog, and I didn't boost the. Ooh. You hear me?
Yeah.
Just cut me off when I was talking, like on my feed, weird. But yeah, I got a lot of these girls, this girl's voice like that, and I don't a lot of times you didn't have to enhance it or boost the audio at all. And most of these you hear are just pure right off that analog recording, and then I put it into the digital format. So yeah, I didn't boost her audio; it just comes through just like that. So, all right, I'm gonna move on to EVP5. I got this one really loud because it's a whisper in between.
I heard that one, the man's whisper, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna don't say what you probably read what it was before, but I don't think it's Class A enough for everybody to hear what it says. But I like people to listen to it a few times, and then they can make their opinions of what it sounds like. So I'm gonna play it a few times before I give it away what I think it says. It's loud for a reason, so.
They heard what? They heard what? They heard what?
So what I think it says, I mean, if you're, anybody goes and watches this later and they try to make their guess, so make your guess now, because what I think it says is cannot breathe. And now that I've said that, it's going to influence you, and you will probably hear it. So that's why we try not to tell about the EVP what we think it says before somebody hears it. We want them to get their own thing, and it makes it more valid if somebody hears it and knows what it says before you ever told them. So that one.
Are you still there?
60% of Are you still? Yeah, I'm here. You hear me? You there?
Now I do, but you blacked out for quite a while.
But could you hear me?
Now I can. Just as Hangouts isn't responding.
Oh, might be connection problem.
Yeah, with my Wi-Fi, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that's why I got off my Wi-Fi and plugged it in with the Ethernet. So.
Last time we did this, I was upstairs by my computer, so my Wi-Fi was stronger. I'm downstairs now.
Yeah, see, I'm downstairs. That's why I bought a 50-foot cord to plug into my laptop to do this.
Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm just going to do it on my desktop.
All right, so what was that? Was that EVP number 5 that we were doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play it one more time, and then we're going to move on to my Class A and then take a short break.
They heard what? They heard what?
Now, do you hear cannot breathe?
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I do. I didn't. In the beginning, the first time, it sounded like it was something that started with a get. But when you told me what you thought it said, then my brain's registering it. So.
Yeah, that's
the breathe I can make out real good.
That's how it works. Is totally
like sing almost, yeah.
Yeah, once I influence you, the game's up. You're going to hear it. So I hate shows when they show the EVP and they immediately put the words up. Ghost Asylum does that. They immediately put the words up right when they present evidence. I'm like, you shouldn't do that. You should play it a few times, let the audience have a chance to soak it in, think what they think it hears, and then say what it says. That way, the audience goes, "Oh yeah, I definitely hear that."
That's the only way you can really class it as a 1 or whatever, is people come up to the same conclusions without being influenced.
Yeah, correct. And that's why this next one I'm going to do is my Class A, because I've never had anybody else tell me they didn't hear anything different. It's always the same thing. You're going to hear an investigator in the background going, "You got to get away from me. You got to get away from me." He was said he was a sensitive, and he could sense when ghosts were messing with him or doing stuff, and that's what was happening in this little dressing room, and he felt that it was messing with him, and that's why he's saying this. And it has a very negative response to him. But what's weird is, and what freaked me out about it, it sounds like me. But I would never, ever say what it says. And, there would be no reason for me to say this. And I know I didn't say it. And I didn't. On the video, I was watching myself because I had a video camera set up off on a shelf on me and Dave. And I didn't say anything. I was quiet. My mouth didn't move. I did not say this. And like I said, why would I ever say it? And I would think Dave would react if I said this and he heard it. He'd be like, "What the heck, man?" So here we go. This is my first Class A EVP I ever got.
Yeah, get away from me. You gotta get away from me. You gotta get away from me. You gotta get.
So Judy, you hear it, right?
Yeah, I heard it. To me, it didn't sound like you.
Yeah, sometimes it. Yeah, I don't know. When I first heard, I thought it like, I wouldn't say that. Who said that? Yeah, I was just so amazed. It was just right out there. That's not enhanced at all. It's the pure audio.
Very
Yeah.
clear. There's another one. That won't be the first one that sounds like you. I don't know if you remember one that we did maybe 6 months ago or so.
Where at?
Yeah, I can't remember where it was now. Chesterton, maybe.
Okay.
But I remember sending you the email and saying that I thought it was you, and it wasn't you. It
Right.
sounded just like you.
I've gotten other ones from other people. I'm like, it sounds like you, and they're like, no. And then on the video, if I have video of it, sometimes I'll see it. I'm like, oh no, it wasn't them.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to videotape. So I'm gonna play it one more time, or a couple more times here for now that we've given away. Well, we haven't given what it says. So if you think you know what it says, everybody 99% of the time tells me they hear is "I hate you." 1% being that one person once told me it said "I eat you," but I doubt that.
Yeah, it's clear voice, not a whisper.
No, it's clear voice, and it's negative towards Dave. And there was a lot of provoking. Not saying Dave did, but there was a lot of people that provoked in that place, and
Yeah.
crazy. So we definitely got some negative responses, and I give his name away because there's another EVP later on that has his name in it, where the ghost yells at him. So yeah, he got some negativity there because of provoking. Our group doesn't do that. We're not into provoking now. This was when we were back in IGT, and IGT wasn't approval, of that of either. This was hunts where public people were there, and untrained investigators, and anybody could come, and so it could get kind of crazy, and a lot of provoking would happen. So all right, now that I said that, I'm gonna play it one more time, and then we'll take a short break.
You gotta get away from me. You gotta get away from me. You gotta.
And then some of that negativity also led to instances like this. I don't know if you remember ever hearing this one, Judy. This isn't an EVP. This is stuff getting thrown at us, EVP.
Man, what are you doing? You going to the hardware store? You fucker! Jesus Christ! They hit me in the shoulder! Fucker!
I'll remember that.
Yeah, that was a weird night, and I had like 19 different things from it, but we still don't know if that was real or something.
Yeah, I have my doubts on that.
I know, me too. All right, so I just got to load up the next set of EVPs. I'm going to play music while I do that. I think it'll let me play music while I'm doing that. Let me see. So, all right, I'm going to play a song I did with a band called Interstate back in the day. I'm not going to play the whole song. I'm going to play just a little bit of it while I'm loading it up, and then I'll fade out the song. Just get a little taste of some of the music I'll play of my own. And tomorrow night I'll have an artist from Colorado who donated a song for the show, too, that I'm going to play. Rob Hillsworth. I'll get the name right from when I play his song, but I'm not going to play it tonight because I told him I'm going to do it tomorrow night. So here's the song, and hopefully I can load stuff up while the song's playing.
Wake up, get out of bed, you know you're walking dead. Leaving all the lies, leaving all the shit in your bed. Do you think about what you say before it's said. Don't you know you're from the voices in your head? With every change, you become more strange. With every man, for my city. With every hour, I was more sound. With every day, wanna blow your brains away.
All right. So you guys just realized I left the screen on me. I should have put the screen on something else. So the whole time music's playing, you see me down here messing with my stuff. Oh well.
I never got your screen back here.
Hmm?
I never got your screen back here. I don't know why.
Maybe it's something in your settings, so you don't see me at all?
No.
Weird.
See.
'Cause I have it locked on me, so right now everybody just sees me.
I was seeing you, and then. Oop. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
'Cause this is doing all kinds of weird stuff. Could be because my battery's drained so fast, I only got 9% left.
Okay.
I
Ooh.
might be trying to preserve my battery.
Yeah, that's gonna kill you.
Oh, now you're back.
Yeah, it's probably your battery probably going down.
Probably. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to definitely do this on the.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. So I'm gonna do some more EVPs if you can hang around for a minute for that. I got
me, so I'm not sure what you said.
I got some more EVPs here. I'm gonna try to do really quick. So we got. I wanted to cover this one EVP. So a lot of the EVPs I just played were all from 2008 from the years, but then we went. There's some from 2009. I got one here that's from 2008 and one that's from 2009. Two different recorders. One was on I called Chris's recorder because I got an investigator there gave me his recorder, said he was moving away, said donated it, so I just named it that. And the other one on my other analog recorder, and they were done. Two different timestamps. One was in February and one was in December of 2008. So it's exactly the same EVP, but it's done. It's two different times it was recorded. And I've never had that on ever. I don't think I'll ever have that again happen on a multiple investigation somewhere. That's it didn't hit me at first when I heard it the second time around. I thought wow, it's really familiar. And I didn't realize it at first until I went back and reviewed older evidence and realized that's the same EVP I got back in 2008. And when back in 2008, I didn't think it was that special because I'm like, it could be an untagged stomach growl because it's kind of vocalizations. So I think this is it right here. I think this is the 2008 one.
Right there in front of me.
No, that's not it. Hold on. That's it. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, let me boost the audio on that some too.
Is that the first one? 2008?
Yeah, that's 2008. In the dressing room, I should say. Oh, I know why it's not as loud. Shoot, I got my mic on. That's why. Hold on.
Much better.
Yeah, I got to remember when my mic's on, the audio's in the background when I punch it. I'm hoping I can, whatever that feedback issue I was having seems not happen yet. Don't jinx it, I guess. But
yeah,
I'm hoping I get to use this app the way I am, so the the fades in, fade outs work like they do. All right, so that was the one 2008. Now let's play the one in 2009.
1 minute left on light tape. 1 minute left on light tape.
And then the one in 2008. Yeah, the sad thing is I wish I would have kept the longer audio files. I tried to, but I lost them in my old desktop crash. I had all the old audio long files on it, and I think that crashed before I realized I had an EVP that was re-recorded, again a year later. So I wish I had those audio files so I could play them out. I could play both of them out for about 5 minutes, and you could hear, the audio was different. It was from 2 different places, and I got 2 different notes for this EVP too. What'd you say, Judy?
It's amazing because the enunciation is exactly the same.
Exactly the same. And I had to, like I said, check my notes on it and check the timestamps on it. And they're 2 different notes, 2 different situations. They were both noted as in that back dressing room, but one's noted from February of 2009 and me talking, the woman talking to the spirit and, and then answering to her. And then the other one's noted as just me talking, talking about my tape, and we were doing a silent period, and nobody else was really talking. And those 2 notes are distinct because you got somebody talking in one, me talking in the other, just because I'm noting about the tape, but we were doing a silent recording period, so there wouldn't have been somebody talking back to it like that woman going blah 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 blah, or say, come here, you want to play, or whatever she says. In my notes I said it was a silent period, so she wouldn't have been there talking, so I know I didn't miss stamp. And I remember when I caught it the second time around, I remember going, God, this seems so familiar when I caught it. And that's why, because I remember, God, this sounded just like something else, and I finally found it, and it probably took me a couple months before I realized. Let me compare them one more time.
Coolest ones I ever heard.
Yeah. And like I said, the first time I think I ever heard it, I'm sure I was like, oh, that's a stomach growl, but I'll note it. Nobody tagged it, so I'm going to play it again.
1 minute left on light tape. 1 minute left on light tape.
So yeah, that to me, that's the shiznits of EVPs when you get something crazy like that.
I got no idea what it's saying.
Hello, let me out.
It sounds like.
So that's what I think it says is hello, let me out. Is that what you thought?
It was like hello, let me go is what I was seeing.
Like that could be that. We'll play it again. I'll play the louder one. The one from 2009 was louder.
1 minute left on light tape. 1 minute left on light tape.
Yeah, so
it's so bizarre.
That you get that, it's. I don't think I'll ever get that kind of evidence again. It's just so crazy that it could make the same exact vocalizations, and I mean,
yeah, same tone, everything.
That's why I would love to go back there again. What if we got it 3 times? 3 times, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we need to go back there.
Yeah.
Now that I know what I'm doing, that was back when I first started, and I wasn't very good at any of it.
I'm going to play this one. This is, again, not for children, this one. They're talking about some kind of fellatio acts going on, and this is part of the provoking that we go on these hunts. So, yeah, if there's any kids around, cover their little ears and or take them out of the room. I wouldn't let little kids listen to stuff anyway, so.
He does.
Yeah, my son, I watch paranormal videos on and he's always over my shoulder wanting to watch. I'm like, oh, there's one. I got one. Before you leave, I do have something I should screen share and find. It's scary as hell, but I laugh my butt off at it every time. You'll see why when we watch it.
Only got 4% left.
Oh, shit. All right, well, let me play this EVP.
Come on, man. Start getting your head. Fuck it. I don't want to embarrass it. My dreams are going to.
It's at the very end of the EVP clip, and it's something really quick.
Come on, maybe we'll start getting your head. Fuck it, I don't want to embarrass it. My dreams are going to. Come on, maybe we'll start getting your head. Fuck it, I don't want to embarrass it. My dreams are going to.
I hear the little girl's voice, but I can't make out what it says.
It's a Class C. It's hard to say. It could be many things as being a one-word thing.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid I'm about ready to get feedback again. I can hear it coming. But icky is what I hear at the end, and they're talking about
Yeah,
icky
it's
beans,
something
right?
like Chuck Icky. Yeah.
And they're talking about fellatio and being
Yeah.
really bad. And, remember, this is 2 a.m, so people can get kind of stupid. I have, So here we go again.
Fine, maybe we'll start getting your head. Fuck it. No, I don't want to embarrass him. My teeth are gonna Fine, maybe we'll start getting your head. Fuck it. No, I don't want to embarrass him. My teeth are gonna
All right, so
Yeah.
let me see before you lose your battery power. Before I move on to the rest of these EVPs, I want to show you this video really quick if I can.
Okay. I have no sound.
It was feeding back, so I had to cut off. And do you see the screen?
Yeah, with the
This
bald
isn't-
guy.
Yeah, this isn't the video though. Hold on. I gotta find it here. My wife, when Susan watched it, she's like, "Man, screw you! Now I'm having nightmares." But I'm like, "You gotta admit, it's kind of funny." And I think it's a prank. I honestly think it's a prank, but I want to show it because I think the person being pranked is definitely being pranked. He doesn't know it. He's scared. Hold on. God, I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, is this the guy with the cabinets?
With the what? No, not the cabinets. No. No, that one I think is pretty legit. God, I should have looked and saw what the name was. I forgot. Let me see. It should be down on my very. No, let's go up here. Let me see what this one is. Nope, that ain't it. Should have had this one up. I forgot all about that. I wanted to do it because this one makes me laugh so hard. Oh God, what is it called? Or did I put it in something else?
Don't think I disconnected you. I got 2%. So if I go dead, that's why.
All right. I wonder if it's one. I wonder if it's one of the videos that YouTube deleted. Sometimes it delete videos. It's hard to see on the small screen if this is it. Of course, you got this ad now. This ain't it. Or maybe this is it. Oh, this is Pakistan. I don't think this is it.
Oh.
Trying to remember. Oh wait, maybe this is it. Make it. No, this ain't it. Dang it! I hope it's not one of the videos I got rid of. It's so hilarious. I loved it. Or did I put it under the wrong thing? Let me see if I got it under broadcast. No, dang it. Oh, that sucks. Really wanted to play that for you. It made me laugh. I'm going to have to go back and find this scene. Dang it. Can't believe it's not on here. That must be one of the ones they got rid of.
What was it?
There's this guy, he's like driving down the road, or he's like down some free field, and he's like, no. I don't think it's in America. and this like woman like kind of out of the grunge like comes down the road at him, and he starts freaking out.
I've seen that.
Have you
I don't
seen?
know if you showed it here, but I've seen it.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you showed it on the podcast.
I got no.
شوف دور 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 شايف غفلة غفلة غفلة
Have you seen this?
عنده خلاص
Are you still there, Judy? I hear you. I laugh so hard every time. That sounded like me. It's like he's saying reverse, reverse. Oh. Oh wait, then she like goes off to the side though. I love this. She'll go off to the side and then he's free to clear to go, but no, he's got to take one more look and freak out.
Hey, it's Shira with Gina. We're in downtown LA at the JW Marriott. We are surprising the 1 millionth mobile check-in customer. Hunters.
Well, we lost Judy. Let me go back to, uh-oh. We lost the feed, too. Oh, no, there I am. All right, so Judy lost her power, so it's just us. So we're going to finish up with EVPs. I'm going to turn my camera off because I'm going to work on some of the audio, and it's boring to watch me do this. So I'm just going to just turn the camera off. You can hear my audio. We can focus on the EVPs. So, all right, so we left off with the icky.
Fly, maybe we'll start getting your head. Fuck it. No, I don't want to embarrass him. My taste bigger.
And I got a few more to share. All right, so let's see. We got another one. Let's hear this one. I call this my Wookiee yell. This is not enhanced. You're going to hear somebody knocking something over. They didn't say anything. It sounds like somebody saying, well, no, I don't want to say it. I'll let you listen to it a few more times before I tell you what I think it says. But it's loud, and it's like they're responding to him knocking something over. And this wasn't a person saying this. This doesn't show up on any of the other recorders of the video. So I'm going to play it a couple more times, and then I'll tell you what I think it's saying. And it's loud. It's like almost feeding the recorder. I mean, that puppy echoes. That's how loud it is. So here we're going to do it again. Could be a few things. It's loud, but the sad thing is it's not an A Class A, because it could be, oh no, that's what I think it says, or hello, I don't know. I'll play a couple more times, and if you want to you listen to this, and I don't think I have any live viewers right now, but if you listen to this later and you want to comment what you think these things say, or or if you want to come on the show, email me at jbland Midwest Paranormal at hotmail.com. That's jbland Midwest Paranormal at hotmail.com. You can email me there if you want to be on the show. You got a ghost story, you got some evidence, you got a photo, you got a video, you got an EVP clip, spirit box session, or you're at a live haunted location. You happen to be at a haunted location. When I'm on tomorrow night, it'll be the real show, 10 p.m. to midnight on Sundays. If you end up being at a haunted location, you want to email me, like again, jbland Midwest Paranormal at hotmail.com. I'll put you on. I'll put you on the show, and you can have some time on the panel, and maybe ask some questions. Maybe we'll get an EVP through the show live out to the universe. All right, so back to the EVPs. I'm going to play it a few more times now that I have influenced you, and see what you think it says. All right, so like I said, it could be hello or no. I don't know. It's hard to say. We're gonna move on to the next EVP. So they're laughing, and he's like, "What the bleep is that?" And you're gonna hear somebody else talking that wasn't there. There was no. It didn't show up on the video, and I always have two recorders going. It didn't show up on the other recorder. This is the main reason why I like having multiple recorders, because usually EVPs end up on just one recorder. Not always, but usually just one. So it's going to be right after it, and this is Class A because pretty much everybody hears it once they recognize where the EVP's at, what it's saying. He goes, and he scores. On the video, it didn't show anybody doing that. And again, I lost all these old audio files and video files on my old computer that died and went to computer heaven or hell, wherever. It's Dell. It went to hell. I hear that, when I heard that too, I was in that room. So I like to do the reviews as quick as possible after an investigation, because I remember conversations, and that's how I catch stuff that are Class A. Sometimes you miss Class A because it's so loud and so recognizable with speech, you just assume somebody said it. But if you remember and you do it right away, be like, I don't remember somebody saying that. I don't recognize the voice either. I don't recognize the voice of the person saying that. So that's how I went back and reviewed it. I'm gonna play one more time, and then we'll move on to the next. So now do you hear it? And he scores. And I wish I remember. I looked at my notes. I think what I said, they were talking about nothing. I had nothing to do with why he would say Andy scores. I don't understand it. But again, like, it didn't show up in any other recorders. All right, let's move on to the next.
Like right there in front of me. Yeah. Watch out.
You'll hear an investigator say, it's right there in front of me. Somebody else is talking in the background, but you'll hear a girl's voice. And it was only men in this. This was downstairs where we got a lot of stuff. So was that last one. You'll hear it, a girl's voice, like telling them to do something. I'll play it a couple more times, and then we'll see if you hear what I hear.
Like right there in front of me. Yeah. Watch out. Like right there in front of me. Yeah. Watch out. Like right there in front of me. Yeah. Watch out.
I think it's a girl saying, "Come on," like trying to get him to do something. But there was no girl saying that there. It was me and 2 other guys down in the basement. And it sounds like somebody right down there, a girl down there saying it. I'll play it now.
Like right there in front of me, yeah. Watch out. Like right there in front of me, yeah. Watch out. Like right there in front of me, yeah. Watch out.
So, all right, now we're going to move on to the next one. This is going to actually, say an investigator's name. His name's Dave. I'll just say it out there. I won't say any last names. This is back when I was in IGT, and we were doing this A Street Theater. And Dave was a sensitive, and I get a lot of good evidence with him, and he was a fun guy to work with. And he seemed to get a lot of negative reaction because, the I hate you EVP from earlier in the show. That was directed towards him, I believe. And this one's yelling his name. You have one investigator, a woman saying, guys, like, we're all talking. It's late at night. And if you talk too much, you're not letting any room for EVPs to come through. So she's reminding us, telling us, hey, be quiet, but at the same time, somebody's like yelling at Dave, but nobody was actually yelling at Dave. Nobody would yell at Dave like this. And at an investigation, it's kind of mean, to yell somebody's name out. Nobody did. And it comes out kind of weird. Didn't recognize whose voice would be. And nobody would yell at him like this either. All right. I'm going to play here. And it didn't show up on the video. I couldn't find the old recording, the other multiple recorder, but it didn't show up on the video. I remember that in my notes because when I hear something strange, that loud, that clear, right to the video I go. All right, so here. So here she's somebody saying move, and she's going guys, but it's the Dave. So here we go. And then when you have to review EVP, this is why you have to pay particular attention, because if you're not really paying attention, you just think, oh, somebody said that. But you have to pay attention on investigations, pay attention when you're reviewing it for these things. They slip in, and you go back and review with your other recorders. You go, wait, that wasn't on that recorder, so why is it on this? That's why I like to review the video, because I don't get a lot of EVPs on my video. I get the straight audio. I do get them on up here. Don't know why I get that feedback. It's weird. I'm going to have to figure that out before tomorrow night because I got the show going. Otherwise, I'm going to have to forego using Boss Jock as my mic compressor, but I'll still use it for the EVPs. So, all right, back out of the technical stuff here. We're going to play Dave one more time. All right, so let's move on. All right, this one is another one. We were downstairs, and I actually had a camera pointed on a shelf at the stairs, and we're standing there talking. And I remember going back and looking at this because I would have thought, it's like somebody coming down the stairs and saying this because we're trying to figure out what we're doing down there. I just gave the EVP away. I'm give this one away, just give some background. It's what's going on down here. It sounds like it's just somebody saying it, but the thing is, it didn't show up on the video. Nobody walked down the stairs and said this to us. A lot of things went down in that basement, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of hunts with a lot of, enthusiasts, who get into the provoking and kind of stirred some stuff up. So here we go. So you hear it? What's going on down here? So, yeah, like I said, a lot of things went on down there. All right, I'm going to move on to a couple more EVPs, and then we're going to wrap it up. This one's a weird one. It was my notes on this one. This recorder was left alone in the basement, I believe. No. This was in the dressing room. Left alone in the dressing room, and you hear a voice say, I don't know. I really don't know what it says. It's like there's two different voices. There's a guy kind of going, "Oh, take him," or something like that, and a girl's voice in the background. Like I said, I always got this girl and this guy. Sounds like she's going whistling in the background or making her high-pitched noise, and he's saying, or "Oh dear." That's what I remember. My thoughts on it were, oh dear. That was recorded on an analog tape recorder with an external mic that I left there. And one time, and this EVP was recorded on that same tape where it happened. I don't have that audio file here. That during this recording, later on, that tape recorder exploded. The battery exploded on the back. I've never had that happen. The AA battery just explode. And it sounded like a pop can going off. Never known a battery to do that, and that's what happened there. So it was weird. I didn't get a lot of EVPs on that thing. This is one of the few, and that's why the audio is really bad. But exploding that battery makes me wonder, was it trying to interact with the recorder? All right, let's play a couple more times. So, all right, now let me go. Did that help me? So, yeah, my feedback problems. Well, like I said, I'm going to have to try to figure that out before tomorrow night. I think I got one more EVP. Let me see. Yeah, this one was in that February, that a year later, 2009. And again, the girl humming in the background or making noises and very vocalized. And no, I did not enhance this audio. It's just exactly how it came through my recorder. Very creepy. No, nobody's making this noise or doing this. Now that I've played a bunch of these little girl EVPs, let me tell you a little bit of the myth. Trying to trace down this audio mix. This is why I'm testing tonight, to find out what is feeding back. So if you're listening to this, this is a reminder. This is a test. Hopefully the first show tomorrow night doesn't go that bad. We're going to have Todd Reinhardt, who owns a photo lab or studio he's building in LaPorte. I won't say the address. It used to be an old bank in LaPorte. It goes back to the 1800s. Belle Guinness, if we'll talk about some about her, or the Black Widow LaPorte, did her banking there and sent her victims to do their banking there. Still can't figure out what that audio clip feedback is. Almost want to stay on all night just to figure it out. Not like anybody's watching. So, let's see. Let's get that. Play that again. Like I said, I got a lot of her. Oh, I think I got one other EVP. Hold on, let me see what this is. Oh no, I did play that one. So I think I've covered all of them. I'm going to get one more up here. I'm going to try this.
Like right there in front of me.
We did that too. So I think I've covered all the EVPs. Not all the EVPs I got from A Street Theater, but all the ones that I loaded up tonight. Going to play some music here. It'll take a second to load it up. The song I'm going to do here to do the outro to the show was done by my band Interstate. Might be something touching a chord. I'm going to test this audio out really quick before I end the show. So if you want to leave, cool. If you listen to this this video later on, because I don't think I have any live viewers. Sorry, this is a test, so I am testing stuff out, trying to make this figure out this feedback problem I started having tonight. Didn't have it on the first test I did. Or not the first test, like the 11th test I did, but never had it on any of the tests I did. I actually did 11 tests before I did this live one, and I never had that feedback. Play with my chords and try to figure it out why I have that feedback going. It's like something touching something that's nothing like that. don't know. I'm coming through, but I don't even hear myself. Somehow. So, all right. Let me load up that song. All right, so I got the song loaded up, and we're going to end out on that. This song was, again, written by Interstate. We recorded this back 2007, 2006, I think. That was when we did our band. Oh, no, longer than that, 2003. I think it was. I don't remember. All right, so this is a song. It's called Last Request. Again, that damn feedback. I cannot figure it out. I'm going to have to do a lot of playing around tomorrow to figure that out. It's something from the mix that's coming through, and I don't know why. But here's the song. It's called Last Request, and I'll end the show on that. So again, email me if you want to be on the show, jbland, midwestparanormal@hotmail.com. We're going to do the show every Sunday night, 10 p.m. to midnight. We're going to talk about current stuff going on the web, like we did a little bit tonight about the UFO in San Diego and creepy videos that float around the web out there. But I really want to have people on. I want this to be a show to be a voice for people out there for the paranormal. There's
One thing left to hold the hand that prays. All my thoughts of place.
Again, like I said, every Sunday night, tomorrow night, hopefully get this all working right. We're going to have Todd Reinhardt from his haunting at his photo studio and the EVPs that we caught there just in a 2-hour period. It's crazy. But like I said, this is Mike Hoekstra on vocals, me on guitar, Ken Hudson on guitar, Chris Hoekstra on bass, and Matt Harris on drums.
In the way where silence holds the day. Just a witness with a litmus, and I lost my slave. I have just one request. I'd like to get the rest. I travel to the edge and west. I settle for what is left. Just when time stood still, my passion lost their will. Never found my fill. Approached the ancient hill. What's the world past? Some of peak at last. Worn and weary, some so clearly I had come to I have just one request. I'd like to get the rest. I travel to the edge and miss. I settle for what was left. My consciousness expands, space and time and land. I see my soul depart. I
I found my last regret.
All right, guys. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. to midnight. Hopefully, I got the audio all fixed up and doesn't feedback like it did tonight. And we'll have a cool show to be our first real pilot of the show. And hope you can come listen in. Don't forget, email me, jbland, midwestparanormal@hotmail.com.